listen to me. Success isn't something you wake up and receive. It's something you grind for, you fight for, and you earn every single day. Too many people want success, but they're not willing to sacrifice for it. You can't just want it, you have to be willing to work for it. So today I'm here to tell you, success is not given, it is earned. Success is never something that happens overnight. It's not something that gets handed to you on a silver platter. Success is a result of dedication, perseverance, and an unbreakable work ethic. If you want success, you have to be willing to outwork everyone around you. You have to be willing to do what others won't. Push harder than you ever thought possible and commit to the process, even when you don't see immediate results. Most people say they want success, but very few are actually willing to put in the effort required to achieve it. They like the idea of success, the recognition, the rewards, the financial freedom, but when it comes to the grind, they hesitate. They back down when things get tough. They slow down when they get tired, and they quit when the obstacles seem too big. But the truth is, success doesn't care about how tired you are, doesn't care about your excuses. It only cares about effort, about persistence, about discipline. When you look at the most successful people in the world, you'll notice one common trait. They are relentless workers. They don't rely on talent alone. They don't depend on luck. They put in the hours, they put in the sweat, they put in the pain. They wake up before the sun rises and grind while others are still sleeping. They spend hours perfecting their craft while others are wasting time on distractions. They study, they practice, they improve, and they never settle. That's what separates the winners from the average. Take a moment and ask yourself, are you really putting in the work? Are you really giving 100% every single day, or are you only working hard when you feel like it? Because success doesn't come from occasional effort. It comes from consistency. It comes from the days when you're exhausted but still push through. It comes from the moments when you feel like quitting but choose to keep going instead. Success comes from outworking everyone around you, from proving every single day that you want it more than they do. Think about the greatest athletes in the world. Do you think they got to the top by taking it easy? No. They train harder than their competitors. They stayed longer in the gym, practiced longer on the field, studied more film, and sacrificed more than others were willing to. Michael Jordan didn't become the greatest basketball player of all time by chance. He was the first one in the gym and the last one to leave. He practiced harder than anyone else. He pushed himself beyond his limits, even when he was already better than most players. He had talent, but talent wasn't enough. His work ethic was what made him a legend. It's the same with business leaders. Look at Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, or Steve Jobs. These people didn't build billion-dollar companies by working a normal 9-to-5 schedule. They worked insane hours. They sacrificed sleep. They pushed their minds to the limit because they knew that success wouldn't come from doing the bare minimum. It would come from outworking everyone else in their field. The difference between winners and losers isn't intelligence. It isn't talent. It's effort. Plenty of talented people never succeed because they rely too much on their natural ability and never develop the discipline to work hard. Meanwhile, people with less talent but greater determination rise to the top because they refuse to stop. They refuse to settle. They refuse to let anyone outwork them. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. You could be the smartest person in the room, but if you're not putting in the hours, someone with less natural ability but more effort is going to surpass you. Every single day, someone out there is willing to work harder than you. Someone is waking up earlier, staying later, and putting in more reps. And the question is, are you willing to do what it takes to stay ahead? It's easy to say you want success, but actions speak louder than words. Are you willing to sacrifice comfort? Are you willing to miss parties, skip vacations, and wake up before the sun rises? Are you willing to work when others are relaxing? Because that's what it takes. Success requires sacrifice. It requires pushing yourself beyond your limits. It requires doing what others won't so you can achieve what others never will. People often complain about not having enough time. They say they want to be successful, but they also want to sleep in, watch TV, and hang out with friends every weekend. But successful people don't make excuses. They make time. They cut out distractions. They prioritize their goals over temporary pleasure. They understand that every minute wasted is a minute that could have been used to get ahead. Look at Kobe Bryant. He was known for his insane work ethic, He would wake up at 4 a.m. to train, practice for hours before his team even showed up, and then stay late to keep improving. He wasn't satisfied with being good. He wanted to be the best, and he was willing to put in the work to get there. That's the mindset you need. You need to be willing to work when no one is watching, when no one is clapping for you, when no one is encouraging you, because success isn't about external validation. It's about internal discipline. The road to success is lonely. There will be times when you feel like giving up. There will be moments when it seems like all your hard work isn't paying off. But that's when you have to keep pushing. That's when you have to remind yourself why you started. Success is not immediate. It's a long-term game. Most people fail because they want quick results. They work hard for a few weeks, don't see progress, and then quit. But the ones who truly succeed are the ones who stay consistent even when progress is slow. Think about a bamboo tree. When you plant a bamboo seed, you water it every day, but for years, nothing happens. There are no signs of growth. It seems like nothing is changing. But then, after years of patience and consistent effort, the bamboo suddenly grows exponentially in a very short period. That's how success works. You might not see the results immediately, but every day of effort is building something beneath the surface. And one day, all that hard work will pay off in a way you never imagined. So the question is, are you willing to put in the work even when you don't see immediate rewards? Are you willing to grind when no one is clapping for you? Are you willing to outwork everyone around you, even when success feels far away? Because the truth is, success belongs to those who refuse to quit. It belongs to those who show up every day and give 100%, no matter what. You don't have to be the most talented. You don't have to be the smartest. You just have to be the hardest worker in the room. You have to be willing to do what others won't. You have to be willing to put in more hours, take more risks, and stay more disciplined. If you want success, you have to earn it. You have to fight for it. You have to chase it with everything you have. At the end of the day, you have two choices. You can either be average or you can be great. But greatness requires effort. It requires sacrifice. It requires waking up every morning and deciding that no one is going to outwork you. It requires looking at the competition and saying, you might be more talented, but you will never outwork me. That's the mentality of champions. That's the mentality of winners. And if you adopt that mindset, if you commit to outworking everyone around you, then success won't just be a possibility, it will be inevitable. There's a price for success, and the truth is most people are not willing to pay it. Everyone wants success, but very few people truly understand what it takes. They want the money, the fame, the recognition, the freedom, and the respect. But when it comes to the actual work, the sacrifice, the discipline, the struggle, they hesitate, they step back, they complain, they look for shortcuts. But let me tell you something. There are no shortcuts to success. There's no easy way to achieve greatness. If you want to win, you have to be willing to pay the price. And that price is non-negotiable. Success requires giving up comfort. Most people live their lives chasing comfort. They want to sleep in, relax, watch TV, and enjoy life without struggle. But success demands that you sacrifice those temporary pleasures for something greater. It demands that you wake up earlier than everyone else, work harder than everyone else, and push yourself beyond your limits. It requires you to be uncomfortable, to embrace pain, to endure challenges that most people would run away from, because success is not for the weak. It is not for the lazy. It is not for those who make excuses. It is for those who are willing to push through pain, through exhaustion, through rejection, through failure, and still keep going. Ask yourself right now, how bad do you really want success? Are you willing to give up sleep for it? Are you willing to miss parties, skip vacations, and sacrifice your weekends? Are you willing to turn off the TV, put down your phone, and stay up late studying, practicing, and perfecting your craft? Are you willing to pay the price? Because if you're not, someone else is. Someone else is willing to wake up earlier than you, work harder than you, and stay more focused than you. And in the end, that person will win. The problem is that most people want instant success. They want to put in minimal effort and see maximum results. They want to go to the gym for a week and have the perfect body. They want to start a business and be rich within a year. They want to work on their dreams for a few months and expect everything to fall into place. But that's not how success works. Success is not an overnight thing. It's a lifetime commitment. It's waking up every single day and putting in the work even when you don't feel like it. It's showing up even when you're tired. It's grinding even when no one is watching. The greatest athletes, the most successful business leaders, the top performers in every field, none of them got to where they are by taking it easy. They paid the price. They sacrificed time with friends. They missed out on parties, on vacations, on weekends of relaxation. While others were having fun, they were training. While others were sleeping, they were working. While others were distracted, they were focused. Look at the greatest champions in history. Do you think Kobe Bryant became one of the best basketball players of all time by luck? No. He was in the gym at 4 a.m. before anyone else. He stayed late after everyone else had left. He pushed himself harder than anyone else because he knew that talent alone wasn't enough. He understood that the price of greatness was relentless hard work. He was willing to give up sleep, comfort, and social life to become the best. Michael Jordan did the same thing. He didn't just rely on talent. He worked harder than anyone else on the court. He practiced more, trained harder, and studied the game obsessively. He sacrificed everything that didn't contribute to his success. That's why he became a legend, because he was willing to pay the price. Look at Elon Musk, one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world. Do you think he built Tesla and SpaceX by working a regular 40-hour week? No. He worked 80 to 100 hours per week. He slept in his office. He sacrificed his personal life. He paid the price of success by dedicating every waking moment to his vision. That's why he's where he is today. Because while others were relaxing, he was grinding. Success demands a level of obsession that most people are not willing to commit to. It requires you to wake up thinking about your goals and go to sleep thinking about them. It requires you to ignore distractions, to avoid negativity, to stay disciplined even when no one is watching. It requires you to push yourself harder than you ever thought possible. People who are unwilling to pay the price always make excuses. They say they don't have time. They say they're too tired. They say they don't have the right resources, the right connections, or the right opportunities. But the truth is, success doesn't care about your excuses. Success doesn't wait for the perfect moment. Success rewards those who take action, who fight for it, who refuse to let anything stand in their way. Think about Thomas Edison. He failed over 10,000 times before he successfully invented the light bulb. Most people would have quit after a few failures. They would have given up when things got hard. But Edison was willing to pay the price. He was willing to endure failure after failure, setback after setback, rejection after rejection, because he believed in his vision. He kept going when others would have stopped. And in the end, he succeeded. That's the difference between those who win and those who don't. Winners keep going when it gets tough. They keep working when the results aren't showing. They keep pushing forward when everyone else is quitting, because they know that success isn't free. It comes with a cost. If you truly want success, you have to be willing to struggle. You have to be willing to endure pain. You have to be willing to fail, to fall, to be criticized, to be doubted, and still keep going. You have to be willing to sacrifice your time, your comfort, and your excuses. You have to be willing to wake up earlier, work harder, and stay more disciplined than everyone else, because that's what it takes. You have to eliminate distractions. If you're serious about success, you can't waste time scrolling on social media for hours. You can't spend your weekends partying. You can't surround yourself with people who don't support your vision. You have to cut out anything that doesn't move you closer to your goals. That's part of the price. You have to be willing to invest in yourself. Too many people want success but aren't willing to put money into learning, growing, and improving. They hesitate to buy books, take courses, or invest in mentorship. But the most successful people in the world spend thousands, sometimes millions, on self-improvement, because they understand that the greatest investment they can make is in themselves. You have to develop mental toughness. Success isn't just about working hard. It's about staying strong when things don't go your way. It's about staying focused when you feel discouraged. It's about pushing forward even when you feel like giving up. That's part of the price you have to pay. Success doesn't care how talented you are. It doesn't care how smart you are. It only cares about how much effort you're willing to put in. It only rewards those who refuse to quit, who refuse to settle, who refuse to take the easy road. If you're not willing to pay the price, someone else will. Someone else will wake up earlier than you. Someone else will practice longer than you. Someone else will be more disciplined, more focused, more determined. And that person will take the opportunities that could have been yours. So the question is, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to sacrifice what's easy for what's worth it? Because if you're not, then success will never be yours. But if you are willing to work harder, push further, sacrifice more, then nothing can stop you. Success will be yours, but only if you earn it. The road to success is not a straight path. It is filled with obstacles, setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt that test your willpower. Many people start with dreams of achieving greatness, but as soon as challenges arise, they give up. They allow fear, uncertainty, and hardship to dictate their future instead of pushing through. But the truth is, resilience is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. Success is not about avoiding difficulties. It's about facing them head on, learning from them, and continuing forward even when everything seems against you. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from failure. It's the strength to stand up every time you fall. It's the mindset that refuses to accept defeat. No matter how many times life knocks you down, you have to be willing to get back up and fight again. Because success is not for those who quit. It's not for those who get discouraged and walk away. It's for those who refuse to stop, no matter how hard things get. Every successful person has a story of resilience. There is no champion, no leader, no billionaire, no top performer who has not faced failures. In fact, failure is a necessary part of success. It is a teacher, a motivator, and a test of how badly you want to achieve your goals. The problem is that most people see failure as the end instead of the beginning. They experience one setback and they let it define them. They give up on their dreams because they believe failure means they are not good enough. But failure is not a sign to stop. It is a lesson to grow. Thomas Edison failed over 10,000 times before he invented the light bulb. Imagine if he had given up after the first few failures. The world would not have benefited from one of the greatest inventions of all time. But Edison understood that failure was just part of the process. Every time he failed, he learned something new. He adjusted, improved, and kept going. That's the mindset of a winner. Someone who refuses to let failure stop them. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players in history, was cut from his high school basketball team. Most people would have taken that as a sign to quit, but Jordan didn't. He used that failure as motivation. He worked harder, practiced longer, and pushed himself beyond his limits. And because he refused to give up, he became a legend. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first television job and told she was not fit for TV. Imagine if she had believed that criticism. Imagine if she had given up. The world would have never known one of the most influential media moguls of all time. But Oprah didn't quit. She used rejection as fuel to keep going. She believed in herself even when others didn't. That's resilience. J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, was rejected by 12 publishers before she finally found someone willing to take a chance on her book. She was struggling, facing financial hardships, and battling self-doubt. But she didn't give up. She kept pushing forward, believing in her story. And because of her resilience, she became one of the best-selling authors in history. The lesson is clear. If you want success, you have to be resilient. You have to be willing to face rejection, failure, and hardship without letting them break you. Because the truth is, the journey will not be easy. There will be days when you feel like quitting. There will be moments when nothing seems to be going right. You will face criticism, obstacles, and unexpected challenges. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments that test whether you truly want success. Most people quit too soon. They give up right before they are about to break through. They let one failure convince them that they are not capable. But the reality is, success often comes right after the hardest struggles. It comes after the moment when you feel like you can't go on, but decide to push through anyway. Resilience is built through adversity. It is developed by facing challenges and refusing to back down. It is strengthened every time you get up after a failure. And the more resilient you become, the closer you get to success. Because the people who win are not the ones who never fail, they are the ones who never quit. If you truly want to achieve your goals, you must develop an unbreakable mindset. You must train yourself to see failure not as an end, but as a stepping stone. You must remind yourself every single day why you started in the first place. Because when you have a strong why, no obstacle can stop you. Your why is your reason for pushing forward. It's your motivation when things get tough. It's the thing that keeps you going when you feel like giving up. Maybe your why is your family. Maybe it's your dreams of financial freedom. Maybe it's your desire to prove to yourself that you are capable of greatness. Whatever it is, hold on to it. Let it drive you. Let it push you to keep moving forward no matter what. One of the biggest reasons people lack resilience is because they focus too much on the short term. They expect instant results. And when things don't happen as quickly as they want, they get discouraged. But success is not immediate. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes a willingness to keep going even when you don't see results right away. You have to trust the process. You have to believe that every setback is setting you up for a comeback. You have to understand that success is not about how fast you get there. It's about how persistent you are in getting there. Resilience is also about adapting. Sometimes the path you are on will not go as planned. You will face unexpected challenges. Things will not always work out the way you hoped. But that doesn't mean you should give up. It means you need to adjust. You need to be flexible. You need to find new ways to keep moving forward. When obstacles arise, ask yourself, how can I overcome this? What can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to grow? Because every challenge you face is an opportunity to get better. Every failure is a lesson. Every struggle is a chance to prove to yourself that you are stronger than your circumstances. Another key to resilience is surrounding yourself with the right people. If you are constantly around negative, toxic, and discouraging people, your mindset will be affected. But if you surround yourself with motivated, ambitious, and determined individuals, their energy will push you forward. Find people who inspire you. Find mentors who have already achieved what you want. Learn from their struggles. Listen to their stories of resilience. Let their experiences remind you that success is possible if you refuse to quit. You also have to take care of your mind and body. Resilience is not just about mental toughness. It's also about physical and emotional strength. If you are not taking care of yourself, it becomes harder to stay motivated. Make sure you are eating well, getting enough rest, and staying active. Your body and mind work together, and when you take care of both, you become stronger in every way. Self-discipline is another crucial factor in resilience. There will be times when you don't feel like working. There will be days when motivation is low. But discipline is what keeps you going. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's showing up every day and putting in the work no matter what. If you want to be successful, you cannot rely on feelings. You cannot wait until you feel like working hard. You have to commit to the process. You have to push through even when it's difficult. You have to remind yourself that every small effort adds up and every step forward brings you closer to your goals. At the end of the day, resilience is a choice. It is a decision to keep going no matter what. It is the ability to look at failure in the face and say, I will not stop. It is the determination to fight for your dreams, even when everything seems against you. No one said success would be easy. No one promised that the journey would be smooth. But the reward is worth it. The sense of accomplishment, the fulfillment, the freedom that comes with achieving your dreams, those things are worth every struggle. So don't give up. Keep fighting. Keep pushing. Keep believing in yourself. Because the only way to truly fail is to quit. But if you keep going, if you keep learning, if you keep growing, success will be yours. Success is not something that happens overnight. It is not a matter of luck, chance, or being in the right place at the right time. It is the result of consistency, effort, and an unwavering commitment to hard work. Many people desire success, but only a few are willing to put in the level of dedication required to achieve it. The truth is, without persistent effort, without pushing through the difficult moments, and without a relentless work ethic, success will always remain out of reach. One of the biggest misconceptions about success is that it comes easily to those who are talented. Talent can certainly provide an advantage, but it is not the deciding factor. Hard work surpasses talent when talent does not work hard. Many incredibly talented people never reach their full potential simply because they do not put in the effort necessary to develop their skills and capabilities. On the other hand, people who may not be naturally gifted but work tirelessly towards their goals often surpass those who rely solely on their talent. Hard work is what turns potential into achievement. It is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Without it, even the best ideas, the greatest dreams, and the biggest ambitions will amount to nothing. The people who truly succeed in life understand that effort is not optional, It is essential. They recognize that every day is an opportunity to improve, to grow, and to take one step closer to their dreams. Think about the greatest athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders in the world. None of them reached the top by accident. They dedicated countless hours to their craft, pushing themselves beyond their limits, sacrificing their comfort, and maintaining a level of discipline that most people are not willing to commit to. It is not just about working hard when you feel motivated. It is about working hard even when you feel exhausted, discouraged, or uncertain. Take, for example, Kobe Bryant. He was one of the most talented basketball players of all time, but what truly set him apart was his work ethic. He was known for his legendary training sessions, waking up at 4 a.m. to practice while others were still sleeping. He believed that in order to be the best, he had to outwork everyone else. And because of his relentless effort, he left behind a legacy that will never be forgotten. The same applies to people like Elon Musk, who works tirelessly to push the boundaries of technology, or Jeff Bezos, who started Amazon from a small garage and built it into one of the most successful companies in history. These individuals did not stop when they faced difficulties. They kept pushing forward, putting in the work day after day, year after year. Success is not about working hard for a short period of time and expecting immediate results. It is about long-term commitment. Many people give up too soon because they do not see instant progress. They expect overnight success. And when things do not happen as quickly as they hoped, they quit. But success does not work that way. It requires patience, persistence, and the ability to keep going even when progress is slow. Imagine a person who goes to the gym for 1 week and expects to see a dramatic change in their body. When they do not see immediate results, they become discouraged and stop going. But someone who understands the power of consistency keeps showing up day after day, knowing that real results take time. Eventually, their hard work pays off, and they achieve their fitness goals. The same principle applies to any area of life, whether it is business, education, sports, or personal growth. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with hard work is because they lack discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you do not feel like doing it. It is easy to work hard when you are motivated, but motivation fades. Discipline, however, keeps you going regardless of how you feel. It is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Building discipline requires setting clear goals and committing to them no matter what. It means creating a routine and sticking to it. It means holding yourself accountable and refusing to make excuses. Successful people do not let distractions, laziness, or temporary comfort get in the way of their long-term vision. They understand that every hour spent procrastinating is an hour that could have been used to move closer to their dreams. Another crucial aspect of hard work is developing a strong mindset. The journey to success is not easy. There will be challenges, failures, and moments of self-doubt. But those who succeed are the ones who refuse to give up. They understand that setbacks are part of the process and use them as opportunities to learn and grow. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a stepping stone toward it. Every failure provides valuable lessons that help refine skills, improve strategies, and strengthen resilience. The most successful people in the world have failed more times than others have even tried. The difference is they did not let failure stop them. They used it as fuel to keep going. Hard work also involves sacrifice. To achieve something great, you have to be willing to give up certain comforts. This might mean waking up earlier, staying up later, missing social events, or putting in extra hours when others are relaxing. Sacrifice is what separates those who say they want success from those who actually achieve it. It is easy to look at successful people and admire their achievements, but what most people do not see is the years of hard work, sacrifice, and struggle that went into reaching that level. The late nights, the early mornings, the countless hours of practice, the failures, the disappointments. These are the things that make success possible. Hard work also requires consistency. It is not enough to put in effort for a short period and then stop. The people who reach the top are the ones who keep going no matter what. They understand that success is built through small, consistent actions over time. If you want to succeed, you must be willing to put in the work every single day. You must be willing to do the hard things, to push through discomfort, and to stay focused on your goals. There will be days when you feel like quitting. There will be moments when the journey seems too difficult, but those are the moments that define your success. Hard work is also about taking responsibility for your actions. Many people fail because they make excuses. They blame their circumstances, their background, or external factors for their lack of progress. But successful people take ownership of their lives. They understand that they are in control of their destiny. No matter where you start, no matter what challenges you face, hard work can take you where you want to go. Another key element of hard work is passion. When you are passionate about something, working hard does not feel like a burden. It becomes a source of energy. Passion fuels persistence, creativity, and resilience. If you truly love what you do, you will find a way to keep going even when things get tough. At the same time, hard work is not just about working long hours. It is about working smart. It is about being efficient, constantly learning, and finding ways to improve. Many people work hard but do not see results because they are not strategic. They repeat the same mistakes, avoid learning new skills, and refuse to adapt. True hard work involves continuous self-improvement and a willingness to change when necessary. Surround yourself with hardworking, motivated individuals is also crucial. The people around you influence your mindset, habits, and work ethic. If you are surrounded by lazy, unmotivated individuals, it will be harder to stay disciplined. But if you are around people who push you to be better, you will be inspired to work harder. Hard work is the foundation of success. It is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who only wish for them. It is not about talent, luck, or circumstances. It is about effort, persistence, and an unbreakable commitment to your goals. If you want success, you must be willing to work for it. You must be willing to sacrifice, to push through obstacles, and to stay focused even when things get difficult. Because at the end of the day, the people who win are the ones who refuse to quit. They are the ones who put in the hours, who keep going when others stop, and who believe in themselves even when no one else does. Success is earned, not given. It is the result of years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. So if you truly want to achieve something great, stop waiting for the perfect moment, stop making excuses, and start putting in the work. Because the only way to reach your goals is to earn them through relentless effort. Success is not given, it is earned. This is not just a motivational phrase. It is a truth that defines the difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who only wish for them. It is a principle that applies to every area of life, from business to sports, from academics to personal development. Those who reach the pinnacle of success are not the ones who sat around waiting for an opportunity to be handed to them. They are the ones who created their own opportunities, who worked relentlessly, who sacrificed, and who persevered despite the challenges. There is no shortcut to success. It is not something that happens overnight or something that can be achieved through luck alone. Luck may play a role in certain circumstances, but it is never the foundation of long-term success. Hard work, discipline, and persistence are the true ingredients. If you study the lives of the most successful people, you will see a common theme. They were willing to put in more effort than anyone else. They embraced the struggle, faced their failures head on, and never allowed setbacks to define them. The reality is, many people desire success, but very few are willing to do what it takes to achieve it. It is easy to dream, to set goals, and to talk about what you want. But the hard part is putting in the work day after day, even when the results are not immediate. The hardest part is waking up early when you are tired, staying focused when distractions are everywhere, and pushing yourself forward when every fiber of your being wants to quit. This is why most people give up. They start with excitement, full of motivation, but when the road gets tough, they look for an easy way out. They want success, but they do not want the discomfort, the sacrifice, or the effort it requires. But that is exactly what separates the winners from the rest. Those who succeed understand that the journey will not be easy. They expect obstacles. They embrace the difficulties. They know that each hardship is a test, a chance to prove how badly they want it. Hard work is not just about physical effort. It is also about mental toughness. Success requires a mindset that refuses to settle for mediocrity. It requires the ability to push past fear, doubt, and failure. When things do not go as planned, the average person gives up. But successful people adjust, learn, and keep going. They see failure as a lesson, not as a reason to quit. Think about the greatest achievements in history, whether it was an athlete breaking a world record, an entrepreneur building a billion-dollar company, or an artist creating a masterpiece. None of these accomplishments happen without an extraordinary amount of effort. Every success story is a story of persistence. If you want to be successful, you must be willing to do what others will not. You must be willing to work harder than everyone else. to put in the extra hours, to sacrifice temporary pleasures for long-term gain. You must be willing to believe in yourself even when no one else does. Because success is not a gift, it is a reward for those who earn it. You have to be patient. One of the biggest mistakes people make is expecting immediate results. When they do not see progress right away, they become discouraged and give up. But real success takes time. It is built through consistent effort over months, years, and sometimes even decades. The key is to stay focused on the process, not just the outcome. The people who succeed are the ones who show up every single day, no matter what. They put in the work, even when no one is watching. They stay committed, even when they do not feel like it. They understand that every small effort adds up over time, and eventually all of that hard work pays off. So the question is, how badly do you want it? Are you willing to push through the struggles, the failures, the long nights and the early mornings? Are you willing to outwork your competition, to sacrifice and to stay disciplined when things get tough? Because if you are, then success is within your reach. It may not come today, it may not come tomorrow, but if you keep putting in the effort, it will come. Success is not given, it is earned. And the only way to earn it is to work for it every single day.